everybody. Montana defeats Eastern Washington to stay unbeaten on the season. We've got Drew Deck with us today, receiver, and defensive lineman Kellen Detrick. We'll start with Coach Hauck's thoughts after a big win for the Grizzlies to stay unbeaten.
Thanks, Eric. First, good job by Coach Best, had his team ready to go. They consider this their rivalry game, and they played like it. They should be proud of their effort today, coming in here and fighting like that. It was a great game. Obviously, it was kind of an odd game in terms of how it played out. We need to be better on both sides of the ball in third down. I think that was probably the main reason why we couldn't get away from them in the second half. And then, we had a hard time covering them. It was just interesting. They had less than 1 yard per carry. They abandoned the run game, which is unusual for them, but that's something we just don't see them do against other people, but they've done that against us. 3 of the last 4 times that we've played them, they've just given up on it, and we've had to adjust. And obviously, Kellen had 3 sacks today, and I think we got to him 8 times and hit him 100. That kid did a good job fighting, and I wasn't sure he's going to stay upright, but he did. And he's just tough. He's impressive in terms of toughness. So, good by us. We're excited to be 10-0. We're not going to act like we aren't, and I'm proud of our team.
Questions?
Kellen, Coach mentioned the pressure. You guys got a ton today. I think 8 sacks, and I don't even know how many hurries. So, what was that a product of? How were you guys able to put so much pressure on the quarterback?
Well, I'm gonna start off by saying God is good, and He's been really great to this team. But then going into the football aspect of it, we have a lot of great football players on the defense, and then when you have that many great football players, it's gonna attract double teams, and then guys are gonna get one-on-ones, and we just gotta maximize our opportunities with that. That's what we did today.
Coach, similar thing. I mean, how were you guys able to manufacture, have so much pressure just on the quarterback?
Well, a lot of it was 4-man rush. That means we're covering and make him hold it. I thought he was certainly more effective, like all quarterbacks, when he was able to get rid of it quick. When we made him hold it, then we were getting there and winning up front.
Drew, that first punt return, I think maybe the only time they kicked it down the middle, they were trying to get out to the boundary. In fact, that's what Coach Best said. Just can maybe take us through that return and how close it was to popping out away.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys on that unit been working real hard. So it's good to get a ball and then get an opportunity. That's just a product of 11 guys trusting their coaching, trusting their coach, or the coaching that we take, going out there and put it to work. I guess 10. Yeah, I gotta pick my dang knees up. But those guys do a great job. We take our coaching and yeah.
Bobby, can you talk a little bit about what Drew did on that play? Not only that play, but his all-purpose yardage, but he had some important passes today.
Yeah, Drew obviously had a good day. It's good. It's good to play well in the game. It's also nice when you're good on the stat sheet, which he was today. I actually think his second punt return, they were trying to kick at the boundary, and we went there, and I think they only had 1 left. It was, so we had some error in that one, and just didn't quite get it going. But Drew did a good job. He stayed alive on some of the scrambles. He did good on some of the over routes. He just did a really nice job. I haven't watched the run game, but I'm sure he worked his tail off in the run game as well.
Coach, just the evaluation of the offense early on, it seemed like they could be stopped, and then it was a little bit different in the second half. Just your thoughts on kind of the struggle to get first downs in the second half.
Yeah, we again, it goes back to third down a little bit, which oftentimes you need to reflect on what you did on first down, so you can put yourself in a rough position. Early in the game, we were much more effective on first down, and we were getting behind the chains a bit the second half. They were bringing their safety and sometimes their corner, and we were running into it, and we just didn't get them creased. Now sometimes those those plays are big gainers if you can get a crease and get them going, so they don't have a second layer to their defense. We had one counter that almost came out into that, which was a great call, but we ended up in 2nd and 1 rather than 65 yards later in the end zone. So, got to be better on 1st down, got to be more effective on 3rd down.
The onside kick, just walk me through it from your perspective.
We have a player assigned to that, and he didn't make the play.
And then,
Specifically, that's what his position's called, the
Gotcha.
bunt player. Yeah.
and then overall, just pass defense.
So, you got any recommendations on that one?
No,
Okay.
that's not my forte.
You can't really assign 2.
yeah.
Let's let us play with 12. They usually catch us when we try that.
The overall, just thoughts on the pass defense as a whole.
Pass defense?
Yeah.
I'll have to watch the film. I thought that we got 8 sacks because guys were running wide open. But we didn't. There were times where we didn't cover them well enough. They won on the ball. Again, we're down a few secondary guys, like quite a few. So there were times where we didn't make the play on the ball, and they did. And there was times where we covered them up, and you got 3 sacks, 5 more with his blood.
Coach, after that onside kick, can you just maybe walk us through what the last 60 seconds were like and just, what you guys were trying to do, what you're trying to stop, and just how that all went down leading up to that last play?
Well, when you get in that situation, I mean, as I mentioned, they abandoned the run game and they had no timeouts. So I actually didn't realize they'd called pass interference on that play. I was wondering how they got the ball to 14 from the 29 or whatever. But it's always with no timeouts, changes for them, changes things a little bit in terms of coverage or pressure. We threw a variety of 4-man rush at him, and ultimately got him stopped.
When that last play happens and it's kind of chaos, just what were you seeing on that? And
Well,
just
nobody was talking to me. I had to ask Best if the game was over. He says, "Game over." And we were standing out there, and I'm looking around. I didn't know if the game was over or not.
Kellen, for you, just from the player's
No,
perspective.
man, it'd be great if they talked to me.
Kellen, when you're out there playing, in that final drive and the sequence, and like Coach was mentioning what you guys were doing, just, what's it like from the player's perspective when it is chaos and, big plays, penalties, everything going on that final drive?
I just feel like we're trained in so many different ways and we prepare in so many different ways for things like that. The one thing I would say that we never prepared for is for them to review it and call the game and then for us maybe to come back out. So it was tough for us trying to get ready for that.
Next August.
Yeah. But it's fun and I love playing with my guys and it's just great to get the win.
Come on.
Bobby, you mentioned the 3rd downs, but you guys had a 4th down near the red zone or end zone where you went up 22-0, and I got a little underhand pass almost to Stevie.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
just
think we've
yeah.
seen you guys run that play, but could you just talk about going for 4th down there and then going for 2 after that?
Yeah, it was 4th and 2. This kind of was the play on the call sheet in that situation. Really didn't matter where we were on the field. That was where we were going to go. We've run a couple versions of that. Maybe how many times have we run that this year? 3? 2 or 3? 2 or 3. But yeah, that was a good conversion certainly, and then Kelly running in put us up and tried to steal one and make them chase that point, which they ended up having to a little bit. It's probably why they took the field goal. They're in the third quarter. In the third, start of the 4th, they took the field goal. Maybe 8 minutes left. I don't remember exactly.
Kellen, I'm gonna try to ask this well. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm new at this, guys. Sorry. Kellen, I'm gonna try to ask this well. So, Jake Stockwell had a huge game for Eastern. He hasn't played a lot this year, but Eastern is also not throwing the ball a lot. He's just a very different quarterback. So when you prepare for a team like this, how much was him just playing incredibly well, and how much of this is just you just didn't have a lot of film of him playing? If that makes sense.
Yeah, you're always going to prepare to get the team's best. When they come in here, or just whenever we play a team, we always prepare to play their best. So I think that's what we did, and
And then, Coach, you've seen a lot of really good Eastern quarterbacks play over the years. I'm just curious a little bit more for your thoughts on Skokel and just seeing him live, and what did he look like for this Eastern team?
Well, like I said, I appreciate his toughness. He got knocked around pretty severely today. You know, he threw it 63 times. I don't know, I mean, that's wild. Most of it was underneath, you know. I really, that's for them to analyze how they thought he played, but I appreciate him as a competitor, certainly.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.